In today's class, we are going to be focusing on AV conferencing solutions that fit the small to mid-sized spaces. This has been a growing market as people have had to come up with better solutions to be able to meet their collaboration needs with products that meet the demand for bring your own device and bring your own applications. ClearOne has addressed this market with an entire lineup of products called the Versa series. First of all, let's define what we mean by small to mid-sized meeting spaces. Here's an example of a small meeting space that perhaps was just used for local collaboration of 2 to maybe 5 or 6 people and sharing things on a whiteboard. But in today's market now, they want to be able to collaborate with people that are outside the room. We call this a huddle space or a huddle room. This small meeting space is perhaps an executive office or a sales office. Perhaps it is for a company like an interior designer. And there's often meetings going on between this person and somebody else at their desk. But sometimes maybe additional people come into the room and they want to have a collaboration or a conference. And they don't want to have to go to another room to do that, or perhaps there isn't another room. So maybe there's 2 or 3 or 4 people out in front of the desk in this area. The third space we'll look at is a meeting room, perhaps a small conference room. Perhaps this was used as a sales meeting area, just an area for maybe 4 to 6 people to get together and to talk about sales quotas and numbers and processes and opportunities. But now they want to convert this into a conference area because they have some remote areas they want to include in on the meeting, and perhaps they want to add some people via phone. In the fourth space we'll look at, this is a little bit larger conference room. Perhaps this is a redo of a conference room and they want to upgrade it to newer technology. Maybe they want to get the microphones off the table and add some additional capabilities. So the question is, what products do you use for these type of applications? Well, the Versa series products include the Versa 50 and 150. There you see images of those, and the only real difference between those two systems is the camera. One has a Unite 50 camera, and one has a Unite 150 camera. The Collaborate Versa Pro series includes the Pro 50, the Pro 150, and the Pro CT. So there's 3 product SKUs in this offering. And then we've just introduced the brand new Collaborate Versa Lite CT and the Versa Room CT. These are solutions that don't require a DSP at all. Each of these bundles come with their own set of hardware and own set of features. There are 3 products that have a DSP, which is the Converge Huddle. That is the Versa Pro CT, the Versa Pro 150, and the Versa Pro 50. There are 2 models that have the Collaborate Versa USB, which interfaces the beamforming mic with your computer. And that's the Versa Room CT and the Versa Lite CT. Then there are 2 models that don't have a DSP or a USB interface at all. They actually use a Versa hub. If we look at the microphones and speakers, we see some products have commonalities. Let's look at the microphones and speakers. We see 3 models use the BMA CTH, the Versa Pro CT, the Versa Room CT, and the Versa Lite CT. 2 models use the Chat 150 speakerphone, and that's the Versa 150 and the Versa 50. 2 models make use of the ceiling mic array. That is a tri-element microphone that hangs down from the ceiling over the meeting space. And only 1 product includes the ceiling speakers in the SKU, and that's the Versa Room CT. Next, we'll look at the cameras. They don't all come with cameras, but there are 3 models that come with the Unite 50 4K ePTZ camera, and that's the Versa Room CT, the Versa Pro 50, and the Versa 50. Then there are 3 models that include the Unite 150 PTZ, and that's the Versa Pro 150 and the Versa 150. There are 3 models that include the Versa Hub, the Versa Room CT, and the Versa 150 and the Versa 50. That's a look at the hardware, and there are different features that this hardware leads to. And rather than go through all the particulars, I just want to focus on 2 particular ones. The first one is the built-in AEC, or acoustic echo cancellation, and noise cancellation. That is common in every one of these solutions. Those are essential ingredients to any conferencing and collaboration system. Without those, your meeting will not be the quality that you would expect. And of course, all of these are bring your own device, and in fact, bring your own application collaboration systems. They meet that need where you can bring your own computer into the system. Of course, you could use a room PC as well. Okay, well, let's go back to these 4 possible scenarios and see what solutions fit them. So the first one is we're going to convert this meeting space into a huddle space for a bring your own device laptop, which will connect via USB to the system. We're going to include a speakerphone, that is fine, on the table. And we're going to replace that whiteboard with a display and mount a camera on the wall, probably right below it. What do we use? Well, how about the Versa 50 or 150? Perhaps with this one, I would suggest the Versa 50 with the Unite 50 camera. Why? Because that system includes everything they need. It puts the Chat 150 for excellent mic pickup and speaker sound distribution on the table. It includes the Unite 50 4K camera that would go right below the display. It includes the Versa Hub for easy connectivity, a 1-cable connection for the laptop using USB 3.0, and then easily allows for the connection of the display to that Versa Hub as well. And in fact, this could include a room PC or a laptop, either one. The next scenario is the executive office. So maybe this is a small to mid-sized business executive office space. And there's an area for maybe, up to 4, maybe even 6 people in front of the desk area. And they have the desire to be able to make that into a small meeting area, maybe because they don't have another meeting space, or just the convenience of being able to call people in and have a collaboration meeting ongoing. They would like to add the capability of adding phone calls via the smartphone, which in about 45% of the time, executives use their smartphone over a desktop phone anyway. And they like to add a display into the office and mount a camera on the far wall to be able to pick everybody up or focus on the executive, depending on the need. The solution here, perhaps the Versa Room CT. Why? Well, it has everything that they need. Included in this is the BMA CTH, which would mount in a drop ceiling over the area where people would be seated and pick everybody up excellently. It includes the ceiling speakers to give everybody excellent audio coverage. It includes the Versa USB to allow the interface to a laptop computer. It includes the hub to allow additional connectivity for the Unite 50 camera and for 1 or 2 displays. And in fact, a Bluetooth expander can be added to the system to allow that smartphone to be used for adding audio calls. The third example is this small meeting conference area. We want to use maybe an existing display and camera and speakers, but we need to add the ability to connect via USB to a laptop and add a smartphone capability for the calls as well. What's the solution here? How about the Versa Lite CT? Why? Well, it includes what they need. It includes the BMA CTH to pick everybody up, microphone-wise, and you can add your speakers to that, your speakers of choice. It includes the Versa USB interface that can go directly to a laptop or can go to an add-on Versa Hub for additional connectivity. The Bluetooth expander can be added to add the smartphone capability, and the cameras can be connected either to the laptop or to the Versa hub if that's included in your application. Finally, let's take a look at this mid-sized conference space. They want to perhaps update this A/B conferencing, and they want to clear the table of microphones. Perhaps they need about 4 ceiling speakers for good coverage. They want to be able to add a couple wireless presenter mics as well. They desire to have a smartphone to add audio calls into the conference as well. They'd like to add a wall mount camera with presets to be able to zoom in at the end of the table where a person may be presenting, or to zoom out to capture everybody in the room. What's the solution for this scenario? How about the Versa Pro CT? Why? Well, again, because it includes what they need. It includes the BMA CTH to pick everybody up seated at that table for a general conference. It also includes 3 additional mic inputs to be able to handle those 2 presenter mics, wireless mics, that they want to add. It gives the capability of 4 speaker outputs to easily fill that room with audio. It adds the capability to add the Bluetooth expander to allow your smartphone to be able to add audio calls into the system. It gives the ability to connect via one USB 3.0 to a laptop or to a room PC, and to add your Unite 150 camera into the system, and also gives a pass-through for a display for the video from your laptop or from your room PC. It is a complete solution. We have 4 possible scenarios and 4 possible solutions. There's a huge variety of applications out there that need solutions. We believe the Versa series provides the hardware for those solutions, because great ideas need to be seen and heard with Collaborate Versa series. Thank you.